During the third millennia, in a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover. As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them, as America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how, by refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
And I said, hey, oi, let's chop your penis off. Oi, can I have me penis back? Why do you have dreadlocks, you white oppressor?
Royce Lopez.
Always be aborting. A always be aborting. Always be aborting.
Breaking news.
Breaking news,
You're
guys.
hearing it only on our show first. Apparently Donald Trump has worked out a deal. He will get the wall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a rock climbing wall.
Oh, no! The other side's going to be a slide. You climb the wall up and you just
lands into a nice, clean, chlorinated pool. And then you immediately get a welfare check. Fucking A.
Oh, shit. He was a boy, he went to girl, now he wants to be a boy again.
Oh, God, just stay a girl if you're going to be this indecisive.
I think Caitlyn Jenner's a handsome woman with a great penis. Look, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with trannies. I just don't want to put that one's cock in my mouth.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast. Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time, here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce Lopez.
Oh, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Oh, I am too.
I'm excited. Today's an exciting day.
Today's
folks.
very fun.
Welcome aboard Thursday afternoon edition. It's February 7th. I haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, the
We
date.
were supposed to do that like every 10 episodes as sort of like a clock setting feature for when we get sucked. It is February 7th, 2019. You're listening to Revenge of the Cis. I am Mike Sheely. He is Royce Lopez.
Hola.
We do a radio show together, and we talk about things. Now, I know everybody's like, oh, God, you tweeting about exclusives. What did Opie do? We're not telling you yet.
Well, you're going to get to it.
It's what we call a
radio
teaser.
tease.
That's what we call a teaser.
Radio tease.
We're not going to be dicks and wait all the way for the second hour.
it'll be first hour.
But let's let some people get in here because you darn millennials. You see, they're all homosexuals and they want to show you their buttholes.
God, Trumpster Bob is obsessed with me.
And you buttholes, homosexual sodomites, don't understand radio teases. You don't do foreplay before you do your butt stuff. Remember, like back in the day, they'd be like, "Yo, we got this big exclusive coming up here in 30 minutes," and that would let people go, "Hey, Revenge of the Cis, they got an exclusive. Come on over, tune in." But nowadays, you got your internet blood sport folks,
Yes.
who just take one premise. They come just blasting, come out right off the jump, shoot their wad, and then spend 5 hours just milking a flaccid penis.
And then they have to rebrand themselves as a wrestling show. Yeah, no, I know how the IBS
But
community
that's
works.
their approach is just come right out of the gate, come immediately, and then just sit there and stroke your, like, you know, when your dick's like flaccid and sweaty.
And you're like, why am I doing this?
And you're like when you're doing coke and you're trying to get it back up again because the girl's waiting. And you're like, ah. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna kiss your neck a little bit. We're gonna give you a little. We're gonna get down under the crotch and give you a little crescent rub.
The flaccid dick. Just to remind everybody, and I want don't let anybody forget. No matter how many shows Jim Jeffries is on, He did a bunch of coke with 2 girls and almost had his friend, who was a comic, rape one of the girls, and then he still tried to fuck him. I don't want anybody to forget that that's who Jim Jeffries is.
I believe the exact quote was, "Yeah, she was 17 years old, applied her with drugs."
Yeah.
That was the exact quote.
That's the Jim Jeffries. That's the new Jim Jeffries.
Feminist Jim Jeffries. Pew pew.
Yeah.
Hero of the women.
Oh, what a dick.
But we do have an exclusive breaking news today, as of last night, that we haven't shared with anybody. This is all this guy.
Yeah, so this will
Doing
be
a little
fun.
digging. You were doing a little digging last night.
Yeah.
So this is big. So tell your friends, tell any former Opie and Anthony fans that we have an exclusive scoop on the Opster today.
I'm just going to say it. I'll do it right now. Everybody, say hi, POTUS.
Hi,
POTUS. Hi.
I didn't know I did not know what turn you were going to make with that when you were like, I'm just going to come out and say, I was going to wait for you to go, Opie's a diddler. Or
Whoa,
no,
that is not the exclusive.
That's not the news.
That's not the news.
It's not the news.
He is not a diddler.
He's not a diddler.
At least, well, hold on.
I can't say for sure he's
From what
not.
I know.
I don't watch the man 24 hours a day, but I
Like-
have. If I were a betting man and I had to bet all my cash, I would put all my cash in the pile of him not being a diddler.
The only thing we're sure of is that Jordan Peterson does not fuck his daughter.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are sure of that.
100% sure Jordan Peterson does not or did not ever have any sort of sexual relations with his
Okay?
daughter.
So stop spreading that rumor around.
Stop, guys.
Stop spreading
It's
that
childish.
rumor.
Quite frankly, it's dangerous to say
How many
things like
people are Googling this right now going, wait, what? Did I miss something?
We're actually changing his Google trend-related topics now.
He did not, okay?
People who searched for Jordan Peterson also searched for had sex with daughter. Like, why are they doing this? Stop manipulating algorithms.
He's not having sex with his daughter. Okay? Clean your hymen, bucko.
See that? Remember that really creepy. Remember Rodney Dangerfield in fucking what was it called? Oh, what the fucking the Oliver Stone, Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers, the
That's
dad.
what I was thinking of. Hey, get yourself cleaned up. It was like that was the weirdest. To this day, I'm like, why did Rodney agree to do that? It just ruined Rodney for me.
Now, by Steven Crowder's own words, he is a bisexual. We just want to get... Look, we're going to move on here in a second. I just want to get a lot of
Bisexual
things.
Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Whoa.
Crowder confronts his sexuality.
This week, we decided to go after Rogan.
Yeah, by the way, I just want to say shout out to SNAIL. We got the exclusive this time, buddy.
Why are you yelling at him?
No, please subscribe to SNAIL. I like
Yeah.
Kyle, but it's just like he's the authority, like he's the source. He usually does get these things earlier than us, but we got it this time. It's like when, CNN and Fox News, the people that work for those organizations, they have lunch together.
Right.
They're all cool. But when you see the vans parked next to each other and you're like, we got here 10 minutes earlier than you. We got way better fire footage.
Crowder confronts his demons, Jim Edwards says. So, yeah, this week was fun because just this week we've gone after Owen, Crowder, and Rogan. So we have had an influx of all of their sycophants and fans at the same time.
We get it. You don't like us.
We got it. We know we're losers.
We get it. He's a fat guy.
Yeah.
I talk too much. My voice is scratchy. I'm annoying. I have a lazy eye. There's a lot
He's
of
an idiot.
I'm
He's an
idiot.
alcoholic.
Alcoholic.
He's never had a stable relationship
My life.
ever. Okay.
All right, enough. It's
Oh, sorry.
fine.
I got a list.
fine.
It's this
I know you
Chris
do.
Jericho's list.
the old printer
Yes.
paper with the holes that had to be manually fed in. Hang on. It's still spitting out pages.
Show your butthole. Prove you're not gay.
Don't worry. Your laundry list of personal problems are spitting out of the printer as we
Yes,
speak.
don't worry about
on
it.
That
We
old
got it.
white and green paper.
Okay. So the the first story.
So we'll get into it. Opie's big heroin bust.
It's not.
Which
That's not what it is.
Look.
Now when we give it away, when we do say it's going to be not that big of a deal, if you're setting it up to be that big, it's not that big of a deal.
He really let his family down. He let the folks at Westwood One down. I mean, seriously, dude. I mean, I get it. 20 kilos is a lot, but it's like, once you have over a kilo in New York State, I think it's like, you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly bear.
Right.
But our thoughts and prayers go to the Hughes family in this difficult time.
I want to be a Coddington Bear. That'll be my name now.
You're just gonna take his name?
Yeah, that's my new thing. I just want to take people's names, angrily
My
take
name
them.
is Dolev.
Yep. And I'm Coddington Bear. Welcome to Revenge of the Sis.
Welcome to Revenge of the Bears. The Baroning.
The Baroning. And we start making our fans bearified just so he loses his mind. I already know. Look, this is what I'll say. I know already.
That the Jews control the banks and the media and possibly the weather.
Sorry, this is an obvious day. I'm something else I know.
Well, you said we all know. All
all
right, so I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
We know, and we have it. We have it on good authority
That despite being only 13% of the
okay, that's
population, that blacks are responsible for 50% of the volume.
I kind of feel like you're going to do this one more time, but
Because you know me well.
because I know Mike. But here we go. We know for a fact
That we didn't go to the moon. Guys. Buzz Aldrin's a homosexual. He's like 4'3". All right,
it's
sorry.
funny because you reminded me. I showed you getting a couple messages now where it's like, watch, these guys are going to turn on themselves in 6
We're going
months.
to turn on each other.
I've known Mike for more than a decade.
Yeah.
I've been doing radio on and off with this asshole forever.
Yeah, we got through
Moron.
all the years of being poor. Now I can
Yeah.
afford to actually eat out once a week. Now we're going to fight?
Yeah, now he's way By the way, he's way happier now.
Yeah, when I had I had a nice some chicken wings the
Yeah.
other night, some baked mac and cheese.
He told
couple
B-
Yinglings.
He told
It was
Beefo
nice.
Brady's to suck his
I
cock.
just walked out. I was like, I'm above this now.
I'm not, guys.
above
Have
this.
you seen his crypto wallet?
I know.
Have you seen his
By the
cryp-
way, crypto took a big dip this week. No, I really did. Like a large percentage.
Right.
So my massive $6.14
Investment.
is now about $5.70.
Oh boy, that's not great.
Took a big hit this week.
That's not great.
But it's gonna come back. Buy now. The dip. You gotta buy in the dip.
Mitch has
I've also invested in a company that makes dip.
Oh, Trumpster Bob's now really going to keep calling us. Mitch has a good point because he's loaning you almost as long. You guys don't know Angry Mersh. You know
that's
Mad Mersh, but you
That's
don't know
true.
Angry Mersh.
Even from the onset of this show, I've
Yeah.
been really good. You
Yeah.
don't know like me years ago when I was like on drugs and banging strippers and punching people in the face at comedy clubs. I've come a long way.
Fifth Circle Mersh was a lunatic. It was awesome. Those shows were great. I actually found an archive of them, but
There was always like 3 weeks of me looking very healthy and doing well, and then there was always 1 week every month where I was on the verge of death.
we called that the shaky week.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, look, sorry.
Guys,
We can't do content without Owen.
so let's get into the Opie.
No, you're going to make something up.
Because he, look, clearly, I mean, they're going to start Googling it and seeing that he pistol whipped a cop and a pregnant woman online
That's
at a
not
Wawa.
true. That's not true.
It's
He
very
didn't
true.
do. You're overselling it. Now when I say it, it's going to be nothing.
It really is not, but no, it is a big deal.
It is. It is.
Should we just get into it? We got enough people watching now.
All right. You know what?
I just wanted to stall until we had more than,
All right,
a
that's
couple
okay.
hundred people watching.
It's time to motherfuck a scumbag. Are you ready?
You know, it's like... what? I'm just saying.
On the one hand,
You either die a hero or you motherfuck long enough to become the scumbag. Fuck. It's like the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna tell you what's going
We
on
should
with
start
Opie.
with light calisthenics.
Stretch. Everyone stretch.
Do
One
that
high,
thing.
yeah. Two high,
Do those
yeah,
things where
yeah.
you jump down and then do the couple of jumps and then come up and clap.
So, Greg Opie Hughes. Many people don't know him, and that's okay. I understand. But Greg Opie Hughes was one half of the Opie and Anthony show.
He's a guy that was doing radio since he was 18.
He never brings it up. He's very humble about it. But
Obscure fact about him.
yeah. So, back during the old O&A days, where they used to have somebody filming what was going on. Usually, a producer would be filming what was going on in the O&A stuff backstage. Well, Opie, when that stuff was filmed, and how do I say this? I know for a fact, this is all I'll say. I know for a fact, and Mike knows that I'm not lying when I say, I know for a fact that when they would try to upload those videos to the serious Opie and Anthony YouTube channel, remember when they had the channel, or even their own YouTube channel, he would say, no, give me the footage. I want to upload it to Opie Radio. So there's these classic bits. One that I know for a fact was the one with the Bob Kelly puking one.
That one, I will say, this is another big one that I thought of after we had our conversation last night. Patrice O'Neal, for the first time in the studio ever, when he was watching Bobo do the up and down game. That is one of, still to this day, one of the most viral clips from that show. It was a video of them in the studio.
Yes.
And Patrice was just dying laughing at them making his dick go up and down. So
that one's too.
Yeah. So these were all videos that, and remember, if you remember, Opie and Anthony were always very insistent on, we want to have a visual element. Right, but they always made it sound like it was part of the show, like
correct,
doing this to build the Opie and Anthony brand. So they would film things that were going on in studio, but I guess Opie had this grand plan all this time, probably, to consolidate all of these videos on his channel.
Correct.
So
Opie and Anthony videos, not Opie Radio videos.
Yeah, and I guess apparently now, well, what did you find out?
He through a European company. If you look up to the company, it's through a European company. Which these basically, if you have content, you could pay these people to go through the whole YouTube process for you, monetize them for you. So, and try this yourselves. Don't take our word for it. Get a dummy channel and just upload. Even if you're doing commentary over it, upload the Bob Kelly puking thing, the Opie and Anthony video. The video has been monetized, and all the money goes to Opie. Now, again, I will say this. I know for a fact Anthony's not getting any money for this. Jimmy is not getting any money for this, nor are any of the peripheral people.
Nor is Sirius.
Nor is Sirius.
Which is a problem.
Correct.
That's the biggest problem. I mean, the most fucked up thing he's doing is taking all these encapsulated Opie and Anthony show moments.
Yes.
And monetizing them and not cutting in his former partners. That's scummy.
Yeah.
But I think the most egregious and dangerous thing he's doing is not cutting in Sirius, because they're not going to play that shit.
So he's taking this. By the way, if you see some of the great clips that we're talking about, Opie wasn't even a part of them. He's just there.
No, he just was like, hey,
other
make sure
people.
we got a tape going.
Yeah.
He was literally just the guy taping it.
So that's why he had that falling out with that Paul dude, apparently, what I was reading about anyway, at the end of the Opie radio show. It had to do with tapes. It had to do with taking tapes. It had to do with him wanting to upload everything. And now, any Opie and Anthony stuff, even NEW stuff, he has monetized all of it. He's gone through this company, Base 79, I think, and he's monetized all of it. Again, you could try this on your own. Now, here's something that gets a little more fun. This is Opie's Instagram. Opie wrote, an oldie but a goodie, scaring Steve. Catch up on Opie Radio podcast this week, and then he has a link to his podcast. This was posted a week ago. Somebody replied, I was in Tokyo in 2012 and played this clip, and they played this clip on TV. I have no idea what they were saying, but they seem to enjoy it. Also, I think you would enjoy Japan. So somebody was in Tokyo in 2012 and saw an old O&A clip on TV. Opie, I sold this video to a Japanese show, but never got to see the show. They wanted to fly me and Stevie to Japan, but I didn't trust that I could be responsible for him.
So he's... Oh, this motherfucker. So he's taking their work.
Yeah.
And he's going overseas and he's selling these TV. What a piece of garbage, dude.
Yeah, and by the way, it's very clear we don't like Anthony, so this isn't us white knighting for Anthony.
No, we were, as of before last night, Opie was the one we hated the least.
Correct.
But this is not good.
Yeah, so he is motherfucking scumbags. He's selling these stuff.
How did those scumbags react to being motherfucked?
Well,
or is this just getting out?
It's just getting out. It was just figured out. Again, I'm not going to add how I know, but I will say this. People behind the scenes, including the Count, are very upset. Anthony is upset. I know he's upset.
I would
100% sure he's
I
upset.
would imagine if we know about this, then he already knows about this, and he's got to be pissed.
And other peripheral people are upset. I don't know if Jimmy cares because he's. I don't know. Maybe
I'll
Jimmy
be honest,
does
I don't
care.
know. I didn't see it. I'm so busy at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, exactly.
I honestly, I would genuinely tell you if it bothered me. Honestly,
Fucking, he's the worst. You know, they posted.
No, I'm serious. I would genuinely, honestly
Right.
tell you if it bothered me. This motherfucking scumbag.
So, I think his biggest problem is going to be serious. I spot on Norton, Eric Smith says. I think that the biggest issue is going to be Sirius because I don't think Sirius likes their content being sold to Japan.
Yeah, I think they take that really seriously. Get it?
Kalim Chubb super chatted. At least he was always really funny on the show.
Yeah, no, that's fine though. But did you hear my joke?
I heard your stupid joke.
I was like, seriously.
So
you guys just don't appreciate good humor.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys don't like good pun-based, humor firing on all
You
cylinders.
can stop saying it. We all got it.
So Opie is a bad person.
Yeah.
And he's taking food out of the mouths of these pederasts and these dirtbags and these worms.
Well, that sounds like a hero. You just turned him
Well,
into
it's
a hero.
still their money.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna if I enter into a contract to rent, let's say, a PA system from a pedophile, not knowing he's a pedophile, and he still delivers a good PA system, and we have a good show. I still got to pay this pedophile. I mean, it's not his kid fucking aside.
It's independent of the
He
contract
doesn't
you're with him. Yeah,
exclude me from my contractual obligations.
that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. Like
Pay the
Jared
diddler.
Jared gets to keep the Subway money.
Yeah,
You
Subway
can't take that away from him.
Subway doesn't go give us our money back, diddler.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. So yes, he is.
So he's robbing
Yes.
like everyone. Like I would. It would be one thing if he said, "Look, I'm gonna make this deal. I'll even get in touch with the other guys and make sure we all get a taste, and I'll get a bigger taste because I'm doing the whole thing."
Right.
That's how I would have done it. You know what I mean? Like if there was old clips of like shows with you and me and 4 other people on it,
Right.
I'd go like, "Look, I'm gonna put this deal together with all these things. I'll take the biggest taste. But how would you guys like to get some YouTube money every
Right,
month?
right.
That would be dope." But he just monetized their entire history,
Their entire history.
their entire back catalog. Now, does this apply to clips?
You mean like audio clips? I don't know yet.
Because
But
I'm only seeing visual. That's what I'm saying. So I
that-
think it's the in studio.
I think it's the visual. That's probably why he did it. He monetized the visual content, not the audio, because Sirius owns the audio. I don't think Sirius owned the video.
But this is still a slippery slope.
No, you're right, you're right.
You're filming the show
That's supposed to be
that
for
you do for
subscribers.
Sirius. And
Yeah,
again,
you're right.
I'm not Mr. fucking company dick suck.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about fuck Sirius. The way they've treated people. In
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
they're
couple
pieces of shit.
Yeah, Sirius is a fucking shithole. That being said, you're still at work doing now that me and Royce own a company, I would be a little pissed
Right.
if somebody came and worked here and they were just taping stuff and then making a monetized channel.
Making money,
and
yeah,
not
you're
at
right, good
least
point.
sharing it. So he's just these moments that he was a very small, if at all, a part of. He just happened to be window dressing. He just happened to be like a decoration in the room. He just taped everything, and he's basically monetizing Jimmy and Anthony.
So then I
he's
started
monetizing Jimmy and Ant and Patrice
And Patrice.
scumbag.
So I figured what we'll do is we'll listen in. We'll see what Opie's doing now. Because remember, when Opie used to talk on the show, he used to say, "I got money, man. I don't need to be here," I mean, for somebody who has money, it seems kind of petty to monetize these videos and not give a cut, right?
Your guys' money. Is Opie
Yeah.
part Jew? He comes off like a real Jew, right?
Hughes? I don't think so.
Hey, your mom could be, there could be quarter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that he's got very.
Guys, I'm a quarter Jew.
Opie has very Talmudic instincts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? He has very, Like, he always seems to naturally take the most Talmudic approach to a situation, and I'm starting to wonder if he's got a little bit of that in him.
So when Opie's podcast first came out, we listened to it. We gave it a fair critique. No, we were really mean. So what I figure now, Mike, he's now 80 episodes in.
So he's doing good.
He's 80 episodes
nowhere
in.
near our 311 original.
No, there's not. There's not. You
Oh,
know,
we
I almost
really
titled
made
it
today.
that.
We should have made it today at the 311 theme show. Fuck the exclusive Opie news.
It's 311.
Just play 311 music.
I'm going to grab my
Content
Jinkos.
Strike.
I'll be right back. I'll grab my Jinkos and...
I'm going to go grab my hacky sack.
Let's do it. Perfect. I got some Airwalks. You like Vans, right? And you got Vans? We're fucking set then. Do it.
All right. Let's guys.
Take this seriously.
This is your fault when we get distracted.
It is. Let's listen to, after 80 episodes, the quality that Opie, who's done radio since he was 18 years old, has to do.
Man singing like a girl shirtless. The only time I want to see a man over 40 shirtless is at a pool, beach, or fighting in a ring.
Is that Ecstasy
Not that
of
I want
Gold?
to see that, but I'll tolerate it. Just not on stage singing Maroon fucking 5 songs.
Like
Or
Ecstasy of
Instagram.
Gold was just
Regardless,
hit.
the movie
Oh,
wasn't
what
about
a
Adam
piece of
Levine,
shit!
who, by the way, was great in American Horror Story. His character was axed off
This is
early.
Ecstasy of
It was
Gold,
about
right?
Tom Brady in New England.
But,
and
like,
with
you
that,
know,
let's take a call at
a
888-505
cool remix,
Opie
dude.
from the great state of
Well, at least he's not going to
Massachusetts.
get into
Hey
street
guys,
fighting,
it's
man,
Creamy
right?
Butters calling in from your home of the 6-time world champion New England fucking Patriots.
Okay, I'm going to skip
When
the
what
intro.
had to have been one
That's
of the
okay with
most,
everybody?
Going to go all the way.
No, why are
Interesting
you
than the
skipping a good
each. It's
thing?
really cool. You got to go over and flip over.
We have a
cars,
self-indulgent
do all
intro?
that.
New York City.
And now I'm looking forward to
Okay,
the
here we go.
Celtics and the
Here we go.
Bruins winning. Later, boys.
Here we go.
Ba, 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 ba. What's going on, everybody? I'm crossing Broadway here in New
by
York
the way,
City.
that is the song.
I'm meeting.
That's the official theme song for brainless fathers who've just been to enough sports games. That's all that is.
So he starts his podcast recording while he's walking. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, he's just, dude, he's in the moment. It's
Good quality radio.
I mean, I think Opie is going for like, imagine if,
Let me get this straight.
no, hear me out.
Okay.
Imagine if Ice Poseidon, right, or Sam Pepper, two very exciting, dynamic YouTubers. They go out in real life, they capture the sights and the sounds of the city and all the goings on. Now imagine that, right? But imagine instead of Ice Poseidon doing drugs and banging whores, it was a 40-something-year-old father. And imagine instead of having video, you just listen to him walk around New York. Huh? How many episodes can I sign you up for, Mr. Sabian? How many episodes?
So
Mr. Sabian, can I get you for a 200 episode run
200?
of the Opie Radio podcast? You could hear the taxi cabs. It was like we were there.
By the way, I'm glad Mike brought that up because this IRL streaming without the visual it's not like we're not playing the video. I would play a video if there was a video. This is an audio only podcast.
Mike Bichetti at the West Side Restaurant on 69th Street and Broadway.
Oh no, is this an episode? With
We are
Machete?
going to do
I can't
edibles
shit on Mike
and look
Machete.
at dinosaurs.
Why?
Gonna eat edibles? Is that what he just said?
Well, it says edibles. The episode's called Edibles and Dinosaurs. Breakfast with Bruce.
Today. Yes. Yes, we are. It's very, very cold here in New York City today.
Just walk in, record.
Looking forward to talking to Mike Bichetti. Hopefully he figured out how to get here. Let's see. Walking in.
You know, Opie, this is because your show is heavily edited. You know, with a lot of these TV shows and stuff where they do the restaurants and stuff, they cut out the part where you're babbling about meeting the person and you're waiting and you're just cold and you're walking into the place. They cut all that out. Why don't you set up a nice thing at a place and then go there?
Wait till you
Start
get
to-
it to the podcast because you're going to hear the knives and forks of people.
Oh God, that's right.
You'll see.
Every Opie podcast now has the clanging of drinks.
It's really bad.
It's like a radio show set on a Sunday morning at a Cracker Barrel. That's what it sounds like.
Sex, am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
Up here, I didn't realize it all intersects.
You hear people talking in the background?
It crisscrosses.
You know what happened to me? I walked from 53rd.
Hey, 186
Lex.
calamari.
It's not a bad
Got an
walk,
86
am I right?
to
That's not that
calamari.
bad.
We're all out.
What happened was?
I don't know,
Trip,
sub for
you know,
something
with the
else.
section, like
Potato
Miss
skins or
Broadway.
something.
Are you breaking up with me?
No.
Are you seriously
I'm
breaking up
It's
with
got
me?
to be the edibles kicking in. How are you doing, Mikey?
Good. You know what?
I can't believe
Idiots.
you.
I don't know, for some reason, I get harassed by all idiots online.
Yeah.
But I don't care what they say. Who cares?
Everyone gets harassed online.
Scratch that
You
86. We
understand,
actually do
Yeah,
have
but
some
certain people
calamari.
are-
It's in the walk-in.
Who do you think
Don't
doesn't get
86
harassed
to
online?
Well,
calamari.
it depends
Well,
who
I
they are.
fucked your
Like,
brother, so I'm
like
glad
Louis
we're
Anderson
breaking up.
probably don't get harassed online. His fans are mellow.
I think Louis Anderson gets harassed online.
so?
Yes. As soon as you realize
Mike
everyone gets
Bichetti.
harassed
Listen to
online,
the
it's a little
keys.
easier.
Listen to the.
Mike Bichetti, I love him, but he is definitely slow.
Yeah, definitely.
Take a little easier.
Yeah, but who do you think is doesn't get harassed? I don't think anybody. Am I right or wrong? Right?
Yes, I just convinced you, and now you're feeding me.
How long has he been doing radio for, Mike?
Since he was 18.
Okay.
So about 67 years.
Okay.
I don't know how old he is. He looks old, though.
My info back to
No. What I'm saying is the thing is that I'm sure Sandler gets harassed online, or Jack Black. Those guys must get grief from people, right?
Who gives Jack Black grief?
We do.
Oh, yeah. Right. We do.
Yeah, I mean, we
do.
We mess with him, but I don't think anybody real. Like nobody actually big on YouTube does it.
But they're not online. I don't think they're online. Those guys.
Yeah,
They might be, right?
No, when you get that famous, you have people that kind of just tweet for you, and you just like.
Hey, Opie, on top of monetizing your stuff, how many Twitter followers did you buy?
You just.
You might have met him.
No, I never met that guy.
But the thing about him was, you know what the cool thing about him?
You want me to read some of the guests that he's had? Some of the A-listers?
Can I read some out of my brain? Right
Sure.
now? Because I know some really top-notch people they've had on the show. Top stars of today, such as Mark Normand,
Okay.
Sherrod Small,
Yes.
world-famous chef Carl Ruiz,
Yes.
and I think Guy Fieri did a phoner.
Vic Henley.
Vic Henley. There you go.
Ron White. 3.
Hey, boom.
Brother Wheeze. Carl's divorce. They did an episode on Carl's divorce. Doug Benson. Carl again. Carl again. Carl again.
That says so much about the state of those guys' career than Opie's.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to go do Opie's podcast.
All right. That's as much as I could bear to listen to Opie, unless...
Freeze did say Dan Soder. I got to give credit. Dan Soder is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Soder is the only guy in that crowd that's funny.
So maybe we'll check in another 80 episodes, Opie, and see if your quality's gone up. What do you say?
Yeah. Maybe stop trying to monetize things that aren't exclusively yours.
Yeah.
That doesn't look good, buddy. Opie Radio.
Yeah. That
So-
doesn't look good at all.
What about, I don't know. I mean, if you're using the Patrice, if you're going to use Patrice to generate revenue on YouTube, why don't you give Vaughn some money? Or if you're going to use clips of Anthony and Jimmy, which, look, our differences with both those men aside, their comedic chemistry was unparalleled. So you're taking clips of two of the funniest guys to ever work together, and you're not even cutting them in on the money. You are, dare I say,
Oh, here it comes.
a scumbag.
Yeah. Moving on from him to another maniac. Somebody made this video, Mike. You sent it to me, the PragerU video.
This guy's amazing. Yeah, this guy's,
So somebody...
this guy's name is Austin DeVore. Austin H. DeVore. You can find him on Twitter.
So he made this video. He took Owen Benjamin's PragerU video, which we've played, and interspliced it with some of his going-ons on his show.
Do you and I share the same goals? If we do, we can disagree, even strongly disagree. Someone said, why the Peterson hate? Well, now you're banned for life. Still have a productive discussion. But if you're like, what's up with the Peterson hate? It's like, now you're gone. We might even reach a compromise. Stop whacking your dick off in your mom's basement, you fucking pussy. But if we don't share the same goals, then what? You're dead already. Then, rhetorically speaking,
That's my favorite
we're
part.
at war. And only one side can win. Let me explain. My parents and brother lean more to the liberal side of the political spectrum than I do. My dad is a hollowed out old wizard. We argue, how do I respect my father when I don't respect my father? We slightly nudge each other. My father is an empty shell of a man. We change opinions a little bit. I tried my whole career to balance, to find middle ground with someone like my father, and it's not there. And then we go back to Scrabble. When I go home to go to like Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, my dad doesn't even come. We also disagree on gun control. My brother's a little more with me, but my dad's a hollowed out old wizard. My dad wants a lot more regulation.
That's great.
Because he wants fewer school shootings. My dad's a legend at this nonsense wizard bullshit. So do I. So does my brother. But I believe if a potential killer knew he'd encounter teachers and administrators well trained in the use of weapons, we'd have less shootings. Different solutions, shared goal. I was trained by a master wizard. Do you
That was fucking
Very funny. So,
brilliant.
shout out to Austin.
Very
good
well
work.
done.
Very funny.
Yeah, he didn't want to put it. He's like, yeah, I was going to put it up on my channel, but I was afraid I was going to get hit.
And I was like, I'll put it on mine. If they fucking hit me, I'll fight them to the grave. Because that's fair use.
Yeah, no. We got some super chats. I'm trying to read them. I've been trying to, pick good points to read them. Filipino Shay Dali Bomba, your dick. Ian says, Dilly versus Owen Benjamin KY wrestling match. Who would win? Well, clearly it would be Owen because he's taller. Callum Chubb says, at least we have he was always already read that. Kenneth Johnson, Big Bear's biggest fear is becoming his father, and he's slowly getting there. Yeah, I think you're right. I honestly think you're right. That was a really well done video, by the way.
It was very funny.
By the way, Big Bear's going to be on Crowder today.
Yeah, and Gavin.
Gavin McGuinness.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one.
All right. So this broke yesterday. Porn actress Mercedes Carrera. Now, you were telling me about her. I wasn't aware. Who was she? Was she the based porn star?
Yeah, she did Gamergate stuff. She was one of these fucking degenerates that saw money in this very early on.
Right.
And as a result, she was on shows like Gavin McGuinness.
Gavin a point. We've been mates.
Yeah, she was just one of these. She was always like virtue signaling about pedophilia and sex assault and right wing stuff. But like, well, she's apparently got some problems of her own.
She's been on Andy and Ralph's show. Okay, well let's see the news.
Well, in court today, the couple pled not guilty to 8 counts of sexual acts with a child under the age of 10. And this was all for crimes that allegedly occurred right here inside their Rancho Cucamonga apartment over a period of about 4 months. We want to get straight to that booking photo right now because detectives want you to take a good look at these.
They look good. They look fine. She looks all right.
Is this the Parkland dad stand-up guy on the right?
I have a joke about fucking a baby.
Jesus.
I like fuck a baby. He said I'm still working on the joke.
Makeup is a lie. That's a good look at her without makeup. That is rough.
Yeah, she's not a good-looking broad.
These 2 people. This is 35-year-old Melinda Smith and 43-year-old Jason Whitney. But detectives tell us they're well known in the adult film world as Mercedes Carrera and Damon Sins. They're an actress and a director, detectives say, in pornographic movies. Police want their pictures out there in the public because they believe they could have been sexually abusing other children as well. Detectives say that about a week ago, that little girl's family contacted them saying the couple had sexually abused her. When they went into the apartment here, they say the bedroom was set up like a pornographic film set and that among the lights and the cameras, they found a large amount of evidence that
How old was the girl?
Under 10 is all they said. Yeah. Dude.
Shit, man.
substantiated that little girl's story. At this point, they're not certain whether or not that victim could have been filmed as well. But detectives also say they found meth and 2 loaded handguns in the home. We spoke with Detective Donald Patton about the bravery it took that little girl to come forward.
It's very hard when you have a child of that age to come forward and reveal any type.
So they should be killed, right? Like you just kill them?
Don't say that because remember the one of those old bears will come on here and go, "You said pedophiles should be killed." Yes, they should be euthanized.
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Of sexual assault or physical abuse to themselves, because oftentimes children will hold it in because they're scared themselves and they think it's their fault that they were sexually assaulted.
Smith and Whitney are currently being held without bail until their next court appearance next week. But again, detectives think there could be other victims out there who know them by their real.
And you know what else sucks? It's such a terrible story, and now I can't even comment how cute the reporter is. You know,
names. Or
She's all right.
but not for LA, because this is LA.
Well, she's got. Look at her hands. See, here's the thing.
Oh boy,
she looks like that's a lot of makeup and trickery.
Got it.
I think she probably was pretty good looking.
Uh-huh.
I think she's doing a lot of
magic,
wizardry.
Guys, this is wizardry. She's like a 5.
Or by their aliases. So if you have any information, contact the Rancho Cucamonga Police Department. In Rancho Cucamonga, Nicole Comstock, K-Count.
What a hilarious city name for something so horrendous to happen. That's that. You know what I mean?
You know what? That happened in Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga. So Memology made this little clip here. Let's play this. Shout out to Memology. This is a tweet. Oh, got it. Didn't see that. I think pedophiles should be summarily executed to remove their genes from society.
Well, hey, listen. What's good for the goose, I believe, is good for the gander. Don't, Mercedes. If you're watching this in your prison cell, which we are actually, the reason some of our ratings have gone up is because we are working out a deal with a lot of private prisons.
We've been syndicated to prisons.
Easy money.
Take that, Russ.
And it's not because they pay us a lot. It's because we really undercut everybody. We'll take next to nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just to get that, because now the prisoners are all future voters. They have more value now. So we want to get in their brains while they're in jail. Mercedes, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Yeah.
Remove your genes from society. Save the system a whole bunch of money.
You know what's going to happen, by the way, too. Mark my words. You know what's going to happen, right? She's going to say that the husband or the dude,
it's always what happens,
made her do it. Like she was scared for her life, that she struggled with it. And that's why she said this tweet, because she wanted to take him out, but she didn't know what to do, man.
Yeah, this is what women have so much. When you hear about male culture, what is it, privilege?
Yeah.
Not in the legal system, dude. If I ran into like one of my old hood rat bitches that I used to roll with, like one of these stripper, like real ride or die, fucking legit hide gun for you type bitches, and they somehow got me mixed up in some shit, and I went with her, and it was her idea, and I went and robbed a liquor store with her. By the time it went to trial, it would be like, yeah, Mike came back into town, he grabbed me by my neck, he was like, bitch, you work for me now, and then he made me rob a fucking that's how it happens, because they always believe women. They're like, you poor woman. They don't realize that women are behind so many of these criminal men.
Do you think
these niggas never read Macbeth?
Do you think, and I know you've been, especially a lot more, you've come to the realization is how harmful too much porn could be.
Of course.
But do you think this in part has to do with that industry where it's like when you've done everything, you become so dead inside that you have to do these horrendous things?
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Like if you watch too much porn, you'll get to the point where you're watching some shit that's fucking way out there. And you're like, why am I watching this?
She's been in porn that's out there. She's been in that like
MILF, she has? Okay.
MILF, lesbian teens getting with the older MILF and the old, like she's already kind of mentally gone in that realm, even if for the sake of making movies. But it's not far off to say that that's a factor, that gets them into it, but also the methamphetamine's not helping.
No, I know.
There's a lot of factors, but again, is porn doing it, or are the people attracted to porn just scumbags?
Yeah. I mean, Howard Stern used to always joke about this, and a lot of people did, but Howard Stern's the one that every time we had a porn star, they go, so who molested you? Remember that? Like the 90s Howard Stern? And 99% of the time, they were molested, and it makes you wonder. I mean, there is a connection, right? Like, when you hear people say, And again, man, I am not a prude by any stretch of the imagination, right? But when you hear people saying like sex work is work, man, you know what I mean? It's like, are we looking into the long-term effect that does to people's brains? Like, you know,
Well,
like
I mean-
right now we have a whole force that, you know, the bully list where, you know, you can't bully people, man. Do you think bullying a kid because he was fat when he was younger is worse than taking 50 cocks and being devalued as a human?
Well, no.
For money, you know?
Well, I do have to say this, though. I do think that, you know, you and I are in agreement that porn is a destructive force in society. Now, I have a solution to the pornography
You're already
problem.
smirking. I don't like this.
Well,
because it's a good solution.
It would be some sort of a solution, like some sort of an ultimate, like, you know,
end
very
solution.
last type
solution,
of, like a last resort.
A last resort. So it'll be like a resort, like a camp.
Yeah, like you could just round up all the people who are pornographers
into a camp
and put them in some sort of a camp,
like a summer camp.
I'm not.
Summer camps are fun.
And by the way, I don't want this. When you go mass report us, YouTube. Look at me, YouTube. I am not saying to round up people based on their race, their gender, their sexual orientation, their religious beliefs. I'm just saying that if we were to round up pornographers, you know, you wouldn't be able to say to me, "Hey, this group of pornographers sure looks very homogenous." No. We're just rounding up pornographers.
Yeah, but Mike, I'm looking stuff up here, and it turns out you're going to be shocked by this.
I doubt I'm going to be very shocked by what you're about to tell me.
You're going to be shocked by this, but most people that run the porn industry are from a certain religious and ethnic background.
Oh, so it's like the sort of background that serves as both a religion and an ethnicity.
Right. It's really weird. Let me see here. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, there's a lot of precious metals in these names.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if we were to see, I think that a lot of our audience is getting it. I think they're getting what I'm laying down.
They got it.
If we were to just round up and deal with the pornographers, I think that we would see a marked increase in the quality of our society.
I'm going to say it. Chinese techno-fascist, okay?
These goddamn Chinese techno-fascists!
You got to do your hand thing now.
We got a circle in the wagons down here in Austin, Texas. I know I told Paul Joseph Watson to come in today. Like, fuck off, Paul. Big Dick Daddy's got it. Get Paul the fuck out of here. Tell me I'll fuck Ashton Birdie again. I don't have time for this. I got to be careful. I'm going to lose that PJ Dubs follow.
Yeah, you got to do. Be careful.
Invaluable blue checkmark follow. You know, when Paul Joseph Watson followed me, I turned to Royce and I said, "Imagine my shock." Get it?
And then I physically removed them from the room.
Yeah, with a gun.
I threw him down.
Pulled a gun and stuck it in my face.
Leave.
And I left the room.
And he left the room.
That's the other reason I want to get a gun again, so I can start sticking it in people's faces. It really expedites things.
You're gonna turn into Frank from Always Sunny.
I've only pulled a gun once in my life on a homeless guy, and to be honest with you, I think he was so scared he just stopped being homeless. That's a true story.
Good for you. You saved a life. Everyone thank Mike.
That was like an Eric Andre moment. We cured her retarding.
What was it? What were they screaming around her? The Eric Andre.
Nightmare.
Eric Andre's underrated. What were we saying? Oh yeah. So this bitch, Mercedes Carrera. Now you were saying that people were saying, "Oh, they're gonna get her on these drugs and gun things."
Oh yeah, it's California. They're gonna be like, "You molested a kid? Man, that's fucked up." But these guns and drugs, we can't forgive.
We can't have that.
Can't have a gun.
You
nuts? This is California, lady. You could rape all the kids you want, but leave the guns at home.
Wow. By the way, man, that is rough looking again. That without makeup, Jesus Christ, that's an ugly woman.
And I like no idea who the kid is. How are they luring kids in there? Like, how are they?
Well, who's the dad? Like, who's the mother? Well, who's the single mom taking care of that kid?
I bet, you know what, can I guess? Can we speculate here?
Sure, of course. I love speculating.
Some fucking single mom stripper. Some fucking stripper porn star that she's friends with. Some kind of fucking, not a high level one, but just some.
Not a high level wizard?
Not a high level dick wizard. Probably some girl that dances clubs, you know, and hangs out with Mercedes. They watch, all these disgusting people watch each other's kids. That's one thing that I was always witness to a lot in strip clubs. Is just the gross, the lack of any sort of integrity or chain of custody with people's kids and stuff. Like, anybody will just watch a kid so you could go work a Super Bowl party, and you're like, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
It's a kid. Like, you know what I mean? You should, like, I know people to this day that both parents work, or sometimes the parents want to finally go out one night and they get a babysitter. But I know parents that, like, rightfully so, treat their, like, getting a babysitter like it's like level 20 clearance in the government. Like, they don't fucking play around. They get somebody that, you know, I don't know, man.
Sukamini Skunk in the chat says, in California, it's $100 fine for raping a kid, but 10 years for hard labor for having a plastic straw. It's a good point. It's a very good point.
It's disgusting, dude.
But you're right. I mean, there's something to be said. Like, look, man, I was a fucking huge libertarian dude. You know, Ron Paul guy. Let people do what they want as long as they're not hurting anybody. I was that guy. I'll be the first to admit it. But over time, you realize that there's a reason we need some sort of boundaries. And I'm not talking about governmental boundaries. But I know you are. But
right-wing death squad.
But even more than that, I'm talking of like some sort of moral boundaries. You know, where as a society we go, no, like, you're not allowed to do that.
Well, that's why I'm a light fascist.
Yeah.
We can't get people to go back to religion. Like, in my opinion, my preferred thing would be to have everybody go back to some kind of religion. And I'm not telling atheists to just suddenly believe in God, but if you're one of these atheist fags, believe in the fucking sun or the universe. Believe in something that's not your egotistical, cunty self. We don't have that anymore. So that's why all these boomers are into QAnon and trust the plan, because they don't have, like, Jesus anymore. I would say
that's their new Jesus. Yeah, you're right.
Until we find a new Jesus, go back to Jesus, or we need to fill that role. And the only plausible way I can see to fill a role without religion that is religion-sized would be with nationalism. I mean, I get it. I'm not everybody's going to agree with that, but if we're going to, we are always going to have to go like, yes, for the insert thing here. Right. You know what I mean? So unless we're going to make the New England Patriots our new gods.
Well, they're getting there.
Yeah. I mean, that or we just go with, we have to do something other than like the left. The left has replaced God with the complete opposite of anything fulfilling. They just want to destroy everything like termites. And that's not a good, I don't want to be driven by that.
No, you're right. And it's you know, it's the same when we were sold the whole libertarian live and let live plan. When we were sold that plan, it was like, you know, the market will decide everything. And, you know, which I believe is true in a lot of cases. But back then, the market was just about making money. And it was about, well, what's the best way to make, you know, to make a buck? Now you have companies that don't care about the money. So it's not really an open, you know, these companies, YouTube loses money. They've become moral arbiters, you know, and that's the issue with that whole unfettered libertarian stuff, you know, that whole like, I don't need a license to drive a car, you know, like that kind of stuff. Like, I should be able to hunt. Mutual combat. Yeah. If we both agree. I'm a sovereign
citizen, and if I decide to practice medicine, then you can't do that, though.
Exactly. Like you
can't do surgery on 6-year-olds. You've never been to a medical school. Well, where does it say in the Constitution I can't do brain surgery on a 6-year-old?
I mean, no, it technically doesn't say that.
Technically, it doesn't, but...
But you know, am I being detained? Yes. Always assume you're being detained. And that's the problem. It's like, you know, you see this like freedom, man. Let people do what they want, man. And at the end of the day, you know, you just get a bunch of fucking lunatics. You get stuff out there where children aren't raised with a moral compass anymore. How can they be? You know, like how I don't have kids, so I'm not pretending like I know. But how can they be? I mean, of course, I'm sure there's good parents who teach, but how do you do that? You know, in California, when you have people teaching, you know, LGBT history is now mandatory. This is not. You guys are freaking out. You guys are assholes, man. California, no, that's being taught, and it's you know you can't opt out of it. As a parent, you can't go. I prefer if, you know, we didn't sexualize kids. Yes.
No. Like,
No.
you just can't do that?
Yeah, you can't go,
All
no,
right, well,
thank.
sorry. Thank you for submitting your no answer. Your kids have been taken away.
It's really, really weird, you know? Stay-at-home mom and homeschool. I get that. I get the homeschool thing, but let's also be realistic here with the homeschool thing. Like, not everybody can afford to homeschool their kid. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And something else, let's be honest. A lot of people aren't qualified to teach their children things. You know what I mean? Like, they're not, you know? I'm sure there's some that are, but you think, you know, fucking LaQuasha is going to be qualified?
No, but I think there should be a little less pressure. Like that, you should be allowed to homeschool your kids as long as they can prove that they can pass basic tests. Like, I think you should have to go to a place every once in a while and prove that you can, that your parents aren't just teaching you that, you know, the moon's made of cheese and the earth is flat.
Scribbling Scribe says, even if I was an atheist, I wouldn't want to live in an atheist society. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I think people misconstrue this because atheists go, oh, and they tip their fedora. You believe in the sky ghost, or whatever dumb condescending thing that edgelord me 10 years ago used to do that.
I believe in the sky ghost. You're right.
Yeah, you know, it's like, okay, but I think it's a bigger question. I don't think it's just about. By the way, I don't have 147 IQ, so I'm not some sort of fucking intellectual. But as a member of the Big Brain Niggas group, I have to also point out that, you know, I am qualified.
Shout out to the Big Brain Niggas.
Shout out. It's not so much the belief system. It's not so much. It's having something, like Mike says. It's having something to fall back on. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be Jesus or anything, but people have nothing to fall back on, and it's like the Dennis episode. I have a God-sized hole, and I just fill it, you know, with sex, and you know, that's what it is, you know. But what the fuck do we know? You know, my mom.
Did you just pull a Bill Burr?
What the fuck do I know?
Yeah, you know, what the fuck
What the fuck do I know?
Jesus Christ.
What the
I don't
fuck?
fucking know.
I'm gonna go hang out with my mulatto kid.
And just start singing random songs.
Yeah.
Football Saturday.
And do live reads that you don't care about the product.
Sunday. I don't fucking know.
I'm into race car driving now because that's how much money I have.
Bill Burr's made so much money podcast, just him babbling on a Monday morning.
But
and he's made a
one of the best.
It's one of the best shows
It-
ever.
it really
but
is.
it's just a man in his little, like, you know, like when Dad has like that extra room in the house, like in his study.
Yeah.
It's just Dad in his study babbling. That's all it is.
So he could scream.
Everything between in 3 sentences, he'll be talking about Obama and somehow bring up the Eagles too.
Yeah. Again, I have a feeling that there's a converted garage in that house that's his, that he's just allowed to do his thing in that garage, and they
barely
leave him
ever leaves
alone.
it.
Yeah. And I like Bill Burr. I don't know. By the way, every time I saw I like Bill Burr now, it's like, oh, he apologized for white people. I'm not saying that I agree with fucking everything Bill Burr is about, but on a pure comedy level, Bill Burr's fucking hilarious. You know. Sorry, but he is. All right, we gotta go to break. It's break time, believe it or not.
We got to go to break, do we?
Yeah.
You
we do.
fuck.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
If you guys want to help us out, revengeofthesis.com/XPN. That's pro XPN. Get VPN protection. Help yourself out while helping us out. It's totally tubular.
Yeah, I got to go to my fucking nephew's wedding, all right? I'd like us to be able to pay ourselves this month.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So why don't you help me out so I don't have to fucking fly Spirit like some fucking disgusting degenerate.
It's terrible.
You know, I almost do it, honestly, because I hate flying. Like, I really hate flying, and I only do it in an emergency. I really wanted to do the train thing, but they're so
Takes
expensive.
so long, too.
Nah, it's like a day, but you chill, you drink, you fucking
Is it
stream.
really that expensive?
Dude, it's $1.20 each way.
Each way?
Right? It's like fuck you,
You
right?
can take JetBlue for less.
So that's why I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just have to fly.
But yeah, so you guys can help us.
Patreon.com/We're Not Sorry. That's the best way to help us. There's other ways to donate, of course, to Streamlabs. RevengeOfTheSith.com/donate. There's an Amazon banner. Click through that when you're buying something. We get a piece. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Stay where you are. Revenge of the Sis.
2 hours of television is back with an all-new Revenge of the Sis. As Royce and Mersch continue to track an international deep state pedophile ring, their journey to the nation's capital is put on hold as Orlando's best police cops receive a cryptic message from an old colleague.
It's a message from my old partner. He needs to see us in Los Angeles right now. Says it's related to our case.
Do you trust him?
As much as I trust you, partner.
What's to know then? A detour from their original investigation finds these no-nonsense detectives in the middle of Hollywood.
Thanks for meeting me. We can't talk long. They're probably following me.
Who's following you?
The Podesta brothers. They've got eyes everywhere, Lopez.
Now trapped between deep state globalists and the Hollywood elite, Lopez and Mersch are on the case. They're no longer avenging Orlando. They're saving America. And this week, they're taking on Pedowood.
I've been working this case. This Dan Schneider guy, producer at Nickelodeon, he's into kids. Or feet. Or kids' feet.
Yeah, the iCarly guy.
How do you know all this?
Thanks for meeting me.
No problem, Miss Bynes.
This is Amanda Bynes? Jesus, she looks terrible.
Dude, she can hear you.
Watch this week as the web grows bigger, the case becomes more complex, and more older model cars get wrecked and plenty of nameless extras get shot. This week on an all-new Revenge of the Sis, followed by Nazi Lawyer. USA, hotels don't have Netflix.
For this performance in Delhi.
To make your shopping day a little easier.
Mervyn's Dollar Day sale is going on right now, and that means great buys on clothes for kids. All this week, you can save on boys' clothes by Campus Le Tigre. Short-sleeve Le Tigre knits are the shirts all the boys will be wearing back to school.
Do you like pranks, guns, and jokes about retarded people? Well, so do we, but odds are your liberal snowflake friend doesn't. How would you like an easy, cost-effective way of screwing with that friend anonymously without losing your Twitter account? Guns for Tards is the perfect way to trigger SJW anonymously through the mail. For a low fee, your target will receive a beautifully designed professional mailer from our fictional Guns for Tards charity containing a thank you letter for their donation. They'll be led to believe that money was donated in their name to a charity that advocates Second Amendment rights for the mentally handicapped people in their area. For a few extra bucks, they will receive pictures and a detailed profile of a retarded person who they helped harm. It's all fun and games, well, except for that idiot who gets this in their mailbox and freaks out. Messing with someone through the mail is effective. Most people do it trolling over the internet, but regular mail is way more invasive. Whether it's a boss, an ex, or a liberal professor you don't like, this is the perfect way to screw with someone anonymously for the cost of a cup of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee in Manhattan, in a fancy coffee shop. Check out www.gunsfortards.com and select a package today. Use promo code MERSH for 10% off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. A new night, a new time. The Sully Show returns to More Like Radio, Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Eastern before Dutch and Royce. Tuesday nights will never be the same.
I dance
I am the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace. I am a thatched roof cottage in Wales. I am the best of Great Britain. I am British Caledonian.
From Timelight
Air.
Music comes a one-of-a-kind Rat Pack collection, their most bigoted songs. All your favorite once acceptable hits like Drunk Old Injun.
The drunk old Injun squatting in his teepee, fire water keeping him warm.
Jewish Nose.
She's got a big, beautiful Jewish nose, and it's there 2 minutes early wherever she goes.
Dean Martin singing Chinaman's Chants.
And Mr. Chinaman say in his Chinaman way, a ding-a-ling, a ching-a-chong, a ching-a-chong-choo.
Hugh Stinky Frenchman.
Paris is lovely and Nice sure is nice, and Marseille is charming with champagne on ice. But you stinky Frenchmen haven't a clue. Pew stinky Frenchmen, frog you.
Hey there, Fruity.
Hey there, Fruity, you can do my hair. Hey there, Fruity, don't touch me down there. Hey there, Fruity, again I don't approve.
And many more.
Second hour, Revenge of the Sis. Thanks for staying with us, folks. Thursday show, one more day till Friday. You'll fucking make it. Take the gun out of your mouth. Or don't, I don't care. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. Welcome back, everybody. So you said Artie's staying in jail?
Yeah, Radar Online just reported it. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. Artie Lang was supposed to be in a rehab. And apparently, what was in his system this time? Was it coke?
Coke, and I think he was still doing morphine or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Radar Online. Artie Lang remains in jail as he's removed from drug court program. Comic must stay incarcerated until he gets clean after cocaine and heroin relapse. So, yeah, the judge basically told him that they can't. He's been kicked out of the program.
Right, because you can't be fucked up in there, obviously.
Yeah. And then an insider previously revealed that Artie would rather go to jail than attend the drug court program, which has been pegged as an intense recovery program, and drug testing will be issued under intense supervision. Yeah, but jail is it's not easy. Like, I know everybody thinks like everybody's doing drugs in jail. It's not easy to do drugs in jail.
No, it's not.
And then he said he knows he won't survive drug court, the insider explained. So he's going to party as much as he can until he gets thrown in jail or a year-long rehab.
Well, shit. All right, so we do have this. Yeah. So Mark Dice apparently now
fucking based boomer Mark Dice.
Based boomer Mark Dice apparently made a video about the Rogan incident. So I think we should take a look. I think we should see what he said because he had the top comment above yours.
Yeah. Yeah,
like Clive.
He had the #1 comment on that Rogan fiasco.
Like Clive.
Sorry, yeah.
By the way, he talks like he types, so everyone just get ready for that.
It's loud. It's very loud.
He types in all caps and he talks in all caps.
He sounds like that Billy on the Streets guy, or the Parks and Rec, the gay guy that would scream at you. That's what he sounds like.
Owen's character said in the movie Inside Man, "Respect is the ultimate currency." And it looks like Joe Rogan just went bankrupt. If you're not familiar with Joe Rogan, he's basically a UFC announcer who also has a very popular podcast. And he gets a lot of well-known guests to come on the show. And last weekend, he had Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey.
Mark Dice is like a non-Jew hating Pat Little.
Dude, he screams a lot. Jesus Christ. Are all his fans deaf?
On, and after asking why Alex Jones was banned, he let it slide after hearing this.
So what did he do on your platform that was like, that you all were in agreement that this is enough?
I'm not sure what the actual violations were, but we have.
Let me read to you his exact quote in case you couldn't understand.
Are these guys all on Adderall?
I think they need to be. It had something like that, some amphetamine.
Just keep that outrage fueled.
Is mumbling. It was I'm not sure what the actual violations were. Yeah, the CEO just doesn't know why the highest profile person to be banned by all social media companies was kicked off of his service. He went on to mumble that the company has policies and Alex must have violated them, and Joe Rogan just continued the conversation as if it was no big deal. The viewers became furious, and as you can see, the interview has about a 90% thumbs down rating, and the video was being flooded with comments from people calling Joe out for not having a spine, for letting Jack Dorsey off the hook with such a lame answer. What made things even worse is that Joe and Alex had been friends for over 20 years before having a falling out recently. So Joe couldn't even back up his once friend after getting unpersoned by every social media service. Things got even worse.
He's intense.
My anxiety goes going up listening to him.
Hey, I got Joe. Joe is actually getting Jack Dorsey to ban people on his behalf.
Holy
Jack Dorsey is an enemy of the state and freedom of America.
Remember when Will Ferrell did that Weekend Update thing where he couldn't control the tone of his voice?
Yes. That or
a little bit softer now.
He also reminds me of, remember the retarded guy that used to do the weather stuff?
Yes.
Big giant storm coming right now to Portland, Oregon.
Brian Regan. He's doing the Brian Regan.
Jack Dorsey is an enemy of the Free State Republic.
Red-pilled Brian Regan.
Joe Rogan is just a tool of the Jews.
Oh,
the
really?
Jews are using him. The deep state. It's the deep state Jews.
I hear what you're saying, red-pilled Brian Regan, but what about the 6 million people that died during the Holocaust?
Well, what about the people who died in the USS Liberty? The USS Liberty. Nobody ever says it. They say the USS Cole, but they don't say the USS Liberty.
Now, why do you think that is, red-pilled Brian
Because
Regan?
of the Jews.
Oh, okay. Well, I should have guessed that.
Because the goddamn Jews control the banks.
Hey, guys, come on, man.
Or still, when people started accusing Joe of deleting some of the top comments on the video, calling him out for being a jellyfish. One of those comments was from me, breaking down exactly why Alex got banned.
That just seems like a bunch of Talmudic hand-rubbing to me. If you ask me, Brian Regan, the red-pilled one.
Now, red-pilled Brian Regan, how much money do we give to Israel every year?
We give them $3.8 billion a year.
And don't you think that since they're our greatest ally, maybe they helps us out in the Middle East?
Prager Jew says we don't give them enough. Don't forget the 6 Gorillion.
Sorry, that's not, guys, that's not cool.
That's not funny. Brian Regan is very clean comic,
He's a very
actually.
clean comic, and that's not how Brian Regan
That's
is.
not how he talks.
My apologies to Brian Regan.
Okay? Jesus.
Which I'll get into in a moment in case you don't know.
And don't even get me started on dual citizenship.
Now, what's dual citizenship, Brian?
All these congressmen have dual citizenship.
Oh, yeah?
They give money to Israel and they're citizens of Israel. Because they want to protect Israel. Because they want to protect their ethno-state. Because the only people who can't have an ethno-state are white people.
JB says, I'm with the SPLC. Please shut it down.
Why does the SPLC have a list of the declining white population on their wall? Why are they tracking declining white birth rates?
I'm assuming you saw that documentary, Red Pill Brian Regan. I'm assuming you saw the SPLC.
Alt-right age of rage, my ass. I was in Charlottesville. We were attacked by Antifa.
Can you imagine Ryan Regan?
I was there. I saw them throwing bottles.
Sorry. You really gotta fucking grow up. Stop with the cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
All right, relax, guys. Take this seriously, okay?
People who saw my comment vanish.
Now that's all I hear when Mark Dice talks.
Started reposting the gist of it, along with a note that said it was my supposed deleted comment, calling Joe out for allegedly deleting the comments. But that's actually not the case. In Joe's defense, because we're after the facts here, he did not delete the comments. It looks like what happened is the YouTube algorithm buried it under many
No, it
pages.
didn't. No, it didn't, Joe. No, Mark. Don't let this little faggot off the hook. They shadow banned us, Mark.
And then unshadow banned you guys.
You and me, Mark. Peas in a pod. You gonna betray me like this, Mark?
On the day of his daughter's wedding?
Pages of the other newer comments despite mine being, at the time, the most thumbed up. So I reposted it along with a note saying it was a repost, and then that got a couple thousand thumbs up and rose to the top. And as you can see here, the algorithm has shifted, or at least on my screen, you can see my original comment is there along with the repost. It's no surprise that YouTube's algorithm doesn't want me to have a top thumbed up comment on a video, so it just dumped it down the memory hole. But Joe had...
It wasn't YouTube.
It wasn't YouTube.
It wasn't YouTube.
Stop letting him off the hook, Mark, you fucking boomer. Just because you don't understand how YouTube works.
Yeah.
I don't get how the comment algorithm works.
Then don't comment on
it. Spirit of Longthorn says, new sub here from Liverpool, UK, and fucking bits here. Good work, fellas.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Don't get raped by a Muslim.
Yeah, don't get caught with a butter knife on you.
Yeah, don't. Seriously. Fuck the Queen.
Had nothing to do with it. He posted on his Instagram acknowledging the major backlash.
What?
He just can't get over how he talks.
He's just always screaming at you.
On his Instagram acknowledging the major backlash and sort of apologized, but said...
Sorry about Uncle Mark. He had a grenade go off near him. He was in the first Iraq war. He just doesn't hear good.
He's not good, yeah.
I asked the questions I wanted to ask, and although his answers on some of them were vague, I felt I got out of him whatever I was going to get without being too confrontational. After the growing outrage over his weakness or incompetence, he posted a follow-up message saying that Jack Dorsey has agreed to come back on the show, and he asked people about what kinds of questions he should ask next time. Joe was either being a coward and was afraid to rock the boat, or is just way out of his league. And maybe he should stick to talking about things that he knows something about, like fighting or smoking bongs. Here he is responding to the criticism, saying he just doesn't know why Alex Jones was banned. He's too busy to keep up with these kinds of things.
I think it's way more complicated. I think it's an insane business to run, and I don't think he really knew why Alex Jones was banned or why anybody else was banned. I don't think he really knew. I think he's dealing with a giant corporation, and he's a young guy.
Bro, when someone that high profile gets banned and makes headlines like it did, the CEO is definitely briefed about what happened, if not personally involved in the decision. Jack just doesn't know what happened. The company's just too big, and that's not his responsibility. So listen up, Joe, you
God, I don't like him either.
I like Mark Dice.
He keeps screaming at me. I'm anxious.
He's passionate.
Moron, and unblock me on Twitter, by the way. What happened was Alex Jones confronted CNN's Oliver Darcy in the halls of Congress, outside of Jack Dorsey's congressional testimony.
That is what
because
happened.
Oliver Darcy was the one who was
Oliver Dorsey.
Literally.
Oh, Dorsey's a joke. She's a Shabbos guy. She's doing their bidding.
All the previous social media companies to ban him for posting hateful content. And so
Kenny Kev goes, Mark Dice's nose looks like Noah built it.
Twitter banned him because they said that he was harassing poor Oliver. And try to get it into your thick skull that it wasn't like he was confronted in his private life when he was out to dinner with his family or at a grocery store somewhere. He was working in the capacity of a reporter on public property, covering a story about social media.
You are incredibly shameful, man. How are you doing, Alex? You're just look at you. Look, you are literally an anti-American, anti-free speech coward.
And that's not harassment. It's no different than two sports figures from opposing teams talking trash to each other during the game. And that's what us regular folks call free speech. And if you support free speech, I hope you'll support my...
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, we got the plug. All right, Mark, I mean, I like what you did there, I guess. If it wasn't you were screaming at me the entire time. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I like Mark Dice, though.
Can I introduce you to
He's just a little fired. He's passionate. He's a passionate guy.
Can I introduce you to some new locales?
Oh, boy. Who is this?
So this is... By the way, it has 18 views. His name is John Bringingham, okay? Now, he does live streams every day. Now...
Is he an anti-Jordan Peterson activist?
You'll learn to love these guys. So there are these two guys that live together, right? These guys, this is their actual house, okay? They live together. It's an old man and a young guy.
They bang each other?
I brought that up in the live thing, and they said they don't bang each other, but I don't believe
Probably
it.
bang each other.
So this is their house, and this is what they did after the State of the Union. I want you guys to focus. This video starts with an old man in a suit and camo pants sitting in front of a sink. Look how messy it is. Here we go.
Madam Pelosi, oh, you're so hot. Ooh, Madam Pelosi, ooh, oh, you're so hot. I love powerful women. Beat me, ooh, hit me again. Oh, I love it, Madam Pelosi. Oh, coffee, coffee, good.
So is Andy Dick the new colonel?
No.
Red tie, blue tie.
This is
tie.
live from the slop kitchen of the White House.
It's not a slop. This is my laboratory. My laboratory.
And this is Donnie Chump.
Yeah, hey, peace.
The
Peace
morning
out.
after.
Peace out.
The morning after the State of the Union address.
Madam Pelosi and I, the morning after. Ooh, boy, does she. Woo! Madam Pelosi. Oh, she talks a good game about, economic, of the rich people and the poor people. Oh, those poor people. But she's a gazelle.
Now I watch these two. They have a basement and it has a wood burning heater at the bottom.
Yeah.
But the exhaust wasn't connected correctly, so they started coughing. I thought they were gonna die because it was
it's wood smoke, so they're all right.
No, I know, but they kept coughing. Okay, so that's one gentleman, but I have to introduce you to the other guy because the other guy might be the most important one. He's the guy that runs the channel. Here you go. Guy that looks like Seth MacFarlane.
And families.
And jizz.
No, families.
All that jizz.
Family values.
Did you know that they started to look at McDonald's burgers? And not just
And
McDonald's.
the thing
all
about
fast
family
food,
values
all fast
is
food.
that
it's
gay and
it's
being
soy
gay
green.
is only a secondary thing
Oh
to
my God,
the
it's
prolonging extension and continuation.
All that organic
Would you
food.
please stop your extension of my
What are they
speech?
doing?
Crushing with 18 views, man. They're killing it. John Bringingham, this is the post State of the Union. It's a really funny thing.
And this is
Jim Edward goes, is this a Crowder sketch?
So they're owning Trump?
I think.
Okay.
I am now Donnie Chump. You have taken your true form. You're Al Bob.
Remember, Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Alba. Remember,
This
Dreamland
is
with Sensei Alba.
the State of the Confederacy
Dreamland with
Address.
Sensei Alba. Dreamy Dream. That's a dress?
This is what you see right before someone plunges a fucking knife into your chest, right?
It looks like a dress. Here, let me wear it as a dress. Here, I'm gonna wear it as a dress.
No, you can't. Don't let it touch the ground.
I won't let it touch the ground. But isn't this is like, isn't that, it's a nice dress. Or, I could be a motorcycle guy and wear it on my back. Or,
motorcycle guy.
Who's Sylvester Stallone did this. He kind of
Sylvester Stallone, the very famous actor from the movie Rocky.
wore this.
I was going to say over the top.
Over the top. Okay, you're right. That's his best film.
The continuation of the human race. Hey, would you stop talking?
This guy is fucking lunatic. The old man is named Al Bob.
And they're anti-Trump guys.
Correct. They're anti-Trump guys. That's correct.
What?
Is this reasonable,
This
right?
shouldn't be allowed.
This is reasonable.
I got to agree with Mitch. I think that there needs to be like an entry level for this platform.
Right.
Like everybody.
I agree. Like a test.
Yeah, like there should be
like to get a license for a car.
There should be a proving ground specifically for lolcows, and if they graduate, then they're allowed on the real big boy internet.
This reminds me of a Rob Zombie film. Joseph Kerpel says,
I'm Donnie Chump now.
Okay, you're Donnie Chump.
Okay. The continuation of the human race is dependent upon heterosexual procreation with one man and one woman, and that
It's all
is
about
how,
jizz.
that is how people
Dreamy
get
Dreamland with
together and
Sensei
make
Al Bob on
babies.
YouTube.
Will you
Dreamy
stop that?
Dreamland.
Listen, I want to hear feedback from people if they're interested.
Feedback.
How important?
How
would
important?
You say,
Feedback. Let's have some
how
feedback.
important- would you actually let me speak?
Sure. President never
How
really gets
important-
to speak. There's always people whispering in his ear.
Would you stop saying that? Now look. Let's stand up for gay rights, right? They have the right to get married.
they're not gay. They do, but they say they're not gay, that they're not fucking. but they live together.
They're gay or something. There's some arrangement.
You think they're banging?
I think they're gay, and I think the young guy doesn't like having jobs.
Got it. So the old guy, he just lives with the old guy?
He lives off his fucking fixed income.
Right.
And has to suck his old dick once in a while. If I were to guess.
In comparison with a
Really
woman.
expensive.
A woman plays hard to get almost all the time.
She's cheaper.
In comparison to a man. And in general, that is how the man
illusion of
that's
life.
heterosexual and straight,
My battery
and a
is
woman
going.
who's heterosexual.
I don't get
Two
this
guys
bit.
having an entirely different
Two
conversation.
different conversations at the same time.
And in a filthy house.
In a filthy house. So I just wanted to introduce you to them. We
By
don't
the
have
way,
to
it's not a messy house. It's a filthy house.
filthy house.
There
yes.
is a
There-
difference.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Let's see. Would you rather get mad? You want to have fun? What do
Let's
you
knock
want?
off early. Let's go to jail. You sprinkle that shit on your commissary ramen.
It's not the joke. It's not the joke. All right. Here we go. Let's do this. There's a new one. There's a new one, and we have to cover it.
Do I?
Queer kid stuff. By the way, no, this one's really good. This one's really good. What's Islam? Queer kid stuff is doing a What's Islam?
Hey there, friends. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Teddy.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff.
What are we learning about today, Lindsay?
Remember when we talked about our identities, Teddy?
This would be
Of
so
course I
great.
do.
By the way, Lindsay, you're putting on a little weight there, hon. I'm worried about you. She's putting on a little bit too. She's getting a little spare tire situation going on. I hope this thing ends in typical Islamic fashion. Right? Is that how this is going to end, with a fire cage?
Oh, well, God, I hope so. Okay. Is this true what Ghost House posted? Lancaster Police Department.
It's real. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is perfect because this will work perfectly with this. The Lancaster Police Department released information on an ongoing 9-year-old drag queen case. The Lancaster Police Department is going to take the unusual step of disseminating some information about an ongoing case. We are doing this because there is a lot of public interest in the incident that occurred in the city of Lancaster on or about December 1st. The video is circulating on the internet. The Lancaster Police Department concerns are for this child's welfare. If any crime occurred that may or not been on video being disseminated, children working in the illegal sex trade and human trafficking are a very real problem in Ohio, and Lancaster is not immune to that crime. Lancaster Police Department first became aware of the incident December 27, 2018. This was almost 4 weeks after the performance occurred. The officer who took the initial call reviewed the video and contacted prosecutors immediately afterwards. So wait, who was the child? This isn't
I don't
Desmond,
know.
is it?
No, it's not. I think it's one of the other ones. There's like 2 other prominent ones.
All right, I think this picture was in the thing.
That was the one that was around the naked dude. Remember?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I remember now. The Lancaster Police Department concerns are for the child's welfare. We have identified the child performer from the video. He lives in the Toledo, Ohio area, and we believe he is only here for one performance. The bar owners were not aware that he would be performing, and I've told city officials that he will not be back. The child has been performing publicly in the Toledo area since late last summer. The prosecutor's office notified Child Protective Services in the jurisdiction where the child resides. That agency has a jurisdiction over the child, and it's better geographical. The Lancaster Police Department has also been in contact with Ohio Investigative Unit. They are in the statewide law enforcement agency who specifically deals with liquor law violations, Ohio revised code violations to pertain to performers. The Ohio Investigation Unit also has a unit that specifically targets human trafficking. The Ohio Investigation Unit has received the video, and all investigation information was compiled. The OIU is reviewing the incident. They would be proper agency to take any needed actions against the owner or any liquor violations. Liquor. I think it's liquor law violations. You're serving liquor and there's children on the premises or something like that. Like
you can't have that. But this is beyond that. This is the kid that was in the picture with the dude with his dick out. We're reaching a certain level now where it's just
disgusting.
It's weird.
Holy shit, man. All right. Now to lead into that, let's see what Lindsay is teaching children. What do you say?
Sure.
What are we learning about today, Lindsay?
Remember when we talked about our identities, Teddy?
Of course I do.
We talk about gender all the time.
All the time.
And that's a big part of your identity, but there are other parts too.
Race, ability, class, ice cream.
Well, maybe not ice cream, but you've got the idea. Over the next few episodes, we're talking about another part of our identity called religion.
Religion.
You don't get to be a part of it. How about that?
Queer Kid
You can't have everything.
No, they get everything.
You ready, Teddy?
Ready, Lindsay.
Okay, today we're talking about religion. Now, religion is really different for everyone, especially queer people. Some people are religious and some people aren't, and that's totally okay.
That's right. Totally okay.
Just like almost everything we've talked about, religiousness is kind of on a spectrum. You can be super religious, you can be non-religious, or you can be somewhere in the middle. That's me. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay, where am I?
I don't know, Teddy. That's something you have to figure out for yourself. There are also
Held against your will in some weird dyke's apartment.
lots of different kinds of religions. There's Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, paganism, Baha'i, indigenous religions.
Oh, okay, Lindsay, we get it.
There are hundreds of different
pretty
religions
interested
from
in this.
lots of different cultures.
It's very interesting.
Wow.
Over the next few episodes, we'll talk about the 3 major religions: Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. You ready to meet today's special guest?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hi, Blair.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hi,
Who's
Blair.
this?
Hey, Teddy.
Okay. What are your pronouns and how do you identify?
Thanks for asking, Teddy. Very considerate. My pronouns.
Thanks, Teddy. Very cool.
Very cool. Thanks for the setup.
are she, her, and I identify as a black, queer Muslim woman.
Ew,
Oh, cool.
so you're nothing.
That's a new word.
So you're literally nothing is what you are. You're so many things that you're back to being nothing.
Yeah, black Muslim woman.
Black queer Muslim.
Sorry.
What does Muslim mean?
Muslim refers to somebody who practices the religion of Islam.
How can you be queer or gay or whatever the fuck you are and practice Islam?
Because everything's allowed now, dude. Don't be a bigot.
Well, you think she'll go do that in Iran?
That would be dope.
If she just goes to
Saudi Arabia. Just
Yeah.
Go to Riyadh. And
Yeah, go do
"I am
that."
Black Muslim queer, and I'm here to do the Hajj. She'll get fucking thrown off a roof immediately.
That's one of the religions you talked about, Lindsay.
That's right, Teddy. Blair, can you tell us a little bit about what being Muslim means to you?
Sure. Well, being Muslim to me is a very important part of my
No,
identity
it's literally
and part of my
the
life.
least important part of your identity. Apparently, the queer part is more important to you.
Yeah, somebody who's new here goes, we need to bomb this channel. Problem is, they turn their comments off and their likes off.
What would be amazing is if she's like, I want to bring on somebody who's an expert in Islam, and she brings on one of the clerics from like Memory TV.
Life. I converted to Islam in 2015, which means I took the Shahada and basically
So
said
you're an
that
expert now. You're good.
Bless you.
Inshallah, you should be in a fire cage.
I view Allah as God, and I spend 5 times a day praying. I fast during Ramadan. I give back to people who are less fortunate, and I think being a Muslim is a lot about doing service and being a good person.
Right. Like, flying a plane into a building.
It's a lot of service.
The service
people.
there.
They serviced a lot of people.
Throwing homosexuals off of buildings.
Cool.
Now, here's the thing. Does she eventually throw herself off a building? I don't know how this works.
And what do you wear on your head?
Well, I'm wearing
What she wear on her head, she's a big Biz Marquee fan. That's why she got that hat.
a beret right now, but what I'm doing is observing hijab, or wearing a head covering.
What was that word again? Hit.
Wearing a hat. That is not a is that a hijab? That's not a hijab. She looks like she's in the what was the group?
Wizard's hat. It's like Merlin's hat.
Fucking yeah, you're right. She looks like she should be in Eureka's castle.
Fucking retard.
A hijab. That's the covering I wear over my head that other Muslim people wear over their head as well. It's called a hijab. So this is what a traditional hijab looks like, but it doesn't have to be just that.
No, it does. Here's the thing though. If you're gonna follow the book correctly, it does. You get to cherry pick. See, I love this. I love this cherry picking. Because it's not enough for them to ruin children. It's not enough for them to ruin their bodies. It's not enough for them to ruin society. But then they have to go, you know what? We're also going to ruin religions.
Yeah, let's ruin Islam.
Let's ruin the religions too.
It can be a baseball hat. It can be anything.
Doesn't it get hot under there?
Yes, it does. But there's so many different ways to wear hijab. You can wear a baseball cap, like I said. You can wear nothing, because a hijab isn't just what you're wearing.
You can't wear nothing.
No, a baseball cap is just as good as a approved hijab. It's the same thing.
Sometimes it's how you're behaving. So if you're a Muslim person, it means not catcalling. It means not treating people with disrespect. It means
a Muslim person not catcalling? Muslim men are the worst when it comes to women.
Prove it. I mean, like, you don't know. You don't, like, sometimes they're very gentlemanly. Like when they're courting a new 7-year-old bride. Sometimes they'll wait till the wedding, and when the girl's like 8. And I think that's
nice.
to be commended.
You're right.
it means behaving in a way that is modest throughout your life, not just in what you're wearing. But the funny thing for me is whenever it's rainy or it's cold out and everyone puts something over their head, and I'm like, oh, they're all Muslims.
It's just like Muslims.
No, they're not all a bunch of Muslims. No.
Is it hard to put on?
Sometimes it's difficult, but with practice, you can do anything. And I would go on YouTube all the time and look at YouTubers like Dina Torkia, who would put on a turban, which is a hijab that comes above your neck, or a traditional hijab like the picture I showed you. There's so many different ways. And it took me from an hour to put on a hijab to now I can do it in like 5 seconds.
Do you have to wear it all the time, even when you sleep?
Nope, not when I sleep and not when I shower. I think something really...
What about when you're having homosexual sex in front of the eyes of Allah? Do you have to wear it then?
You have to wear the hijab, and then you can't see. You can have gay sex through a hole in a sheet. I don't know how it
No,
works.
that's Orthodox Jews.
Oh, sorry.
important about hijab is that it's a personal choice. It's a conversation that you're having with God, that you're having with yourself on a daily basis. So if I wake up in the morning and I don't want to wear a head covering, I don't do it. But if I do, then I want to wear it, you know? But sometimes when I go to sleep, I do wear a head covering called a bonnet, and that's something that a lot of black women wear to keep their hair in place.
Oh my God, you're right, Mike. She wants to be everything.
That's just it.
She wants
she's
to
a
be
typical
black.
woman.
She wants
Typical
to be queer.
American woman. They're
Jesus
just trash.
Christ.
They're trash.
And you know what the irony is? When you want to be everything, you're just fucking nothing. You're nothing.
Did I answer all of your questions, Teddy?
Yeah, that's
Can I leave now?
Can I please
Oh, I'm so
leave?
glad to hear that. You know, being Muslim is a big part of my identity, so is being religious. And I'm also queer, black, and an activist.
Yeah, activist,
Of
just like us,
course you
Teddy.
are. You're everything.
Yeah, she's
Let
also
me guess,
an
you're also
activist.
a rapper, a model, an actress, and a barista.
Anna Puri.
And all of my identities work together to make me who I am. I like to think of it as a big flower, where one of the petals is me being religious, one of the petals is me wearing a head covering, one of the petals is me being black, queer, Muslim, etc. And all of those petals come together. And as you go
etc.
through your life, things may change. You might identify differently, you might have one of those petals go away and a new petal arrive, but it all makes you the beautiful person you
I
are.
have a question. How do you rationalize completely spitting in the face of your God? How do you rationalize that with your quirky voice? Huh?
Well, because she's again, her God is her vagina.
Right.
The real God is secondary.
Thank you so much for helping us, Blair.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope I answered a lot of questions about Islam, but of course, if you have more, there's a lot of ways to find me.
Totally. So be sure to follow Blair on Twitter and Instagram and to grab her new book,
I'm assuming I've never seen Blair, but I'm assuming I'm already blocked.
Modern Herstory, and
Modern her story.
Huh?
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 Modern her story.
that has stories of women and non-binary people rewriting history. It's really good. Don't forget to subscribe to Queer Kid Stuff
They just
and to
admitted
Blair's
they
new
rewrite
channel.
history.
Yeah. So what?
I hate these people.
Big deal.
They need to be flung in.
Guys, sometimes you have to lie. You have to make things up.
Yeah, guys. Doesn't matter if it's true, as long as it hits hard.
Fucking disgusting. disgusting the way they read. Now, but by the way, they're bringing only Islam in. The next one's going to be Jews, and after that, it'll be Christians. She's going to do this whole thing. A couple super chats. Black queer Muslim chick would get thrown off the roof of the airport if she went to Saudi Arabia. AG Luck, does she identify as thrown off the roof too? Because that part of her sand nibble ways.
Also true.
Also true. Accurate. All right. And in the same vein, Mike, I know that your favorite things are songs. Like you like when people do songs about their sexuality.
No, I don't.
Okay, you'll love this. It's called I'm Bisexual.
There is something I would like to tell you. I figured it out some time ago. I feel great. It makes me really happy, and I love you, so I'd love for you to know. Have you heard of LGBTQ+? Well, I am the B. I have a heart.
I blame Zooey Deschanel for this quirkiness. Go ahead.
I want to just warn anybody watching live or anybody who's listening to the audio-only podcast that I am about to yell.
Okay.
So just wanted to... Nobody cares about you.
Well, how do you know?
Nobody gives a shit.
That could love plural genders. Yes, I'm bi, and I'm proud to be me. And just in case you're wondering,
Women were a goddamn mistake.
I think you're peanut butter and jelly. Look at that lovely face.
Look at that crisp Benoit tooth.
Look at that lovely snaggletooth bitch, Kristen Dump's face.
yes, I'm pretty sure it's not a trend. And though I am all for experiments, I have experimented, and I really, 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 really like it. So,
I hate this.
thanks for listening.
I hate her.
Drama kids drop out, but drama school dropout also guaranteed.
I hate her.
Why? Is it because she's too in your face? Is it not because she's too in your face? No?
Now you know more about me, something I'm proud of. I am part of something.
This chick reminds me of this chick I went to high school and middle school with. I'm not going to say her name. She was just like this weirdo chick that hung out with everybody. And I think like pretty much we all finger banged her at some point. She was one of those, like wore leather jackets and smoked cigarettes. Thought she was quirky. And like, I guess she thought she was cool, but we really only hung out with her because she let everybody finger bang her and stuff.
Right.
It was the only reason. She reminds me a lot of that girl.
Beautiful, because love is love is love.
What do you think? What do you think?
Happy Pride Month, everyone! I hope you enjoyed my little bisexual coming out song. Feel free to send
Nobody
this to your...
cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody gives a fuck about Skittles. Nobody gives a shit. I don't care where you like to, whose genitals you want in your mouth. I don't give a fuck. Why can't these people develop genuine personality traits?
Yeah, no, seriously. All right. Let's see here. Got one more for you to make you happy. Hey, Mike. You know one of my favorite shows on YouTube is Kids Meet.
I only like the one with the fat black kid. He's my favorite.
Well, I think you'll like this one. These kids meet gender nonconforming person.
Oh, great.
What makes a boy a boy?
An X and a Y chromosome.
Oh, so like, is there anything to name, like on the outside of somebody?
Like,
First of all, I didn't like this guy when he was on 21 Jump Street, and I don't like him now.
It's not the same person.
Is that the Asian guy from
That's
21
not the
Jump
Asian-
Street?
No, it's not.
Somebody verify. Hey, Jimmy, pull that up. Is that the Asian guy from 21 Jump Street?
It's aged very well, but you know those Asians.
Genitalia. What? Yeah, that's on the outside, I'm just saying.
I don't know where we're going. Like,
Yeah, I don't either. I'm Michaela.
Michaela, nice to meet you. I'm Nanta.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm Sander.
Sander. And I'm Nanta.
Nice to meet you.
Do either one of you or both of you know why you're here today?
Because our parents don't love us? Is that why? Because my parents are virtue signaling really hard. That way they go, you know, my kid was on this gender nonconforming thing because that's how we are.
I am enamored with this man's Lance Storm rat tail haircut. He's got like a nice ECW Lance Storm haircut.
Joe Dirt?
Very, very beautiful little Tennessee waterfall.
I think it has something to do like gender non-binary
or non-conforming.
Yeah, both. Yeah, so gender non-conforming and non-binary. Do either of you know what that means?
I think, at least as far as I know, it's like.
Why are we doing this?
To our children?
Yeah, why are we doing this?
Because we want the world to burn.
Like, why do we all care about this fucking freak in the middle? Why?
Why does that thing's feelings come before these kids?
Well, I think because when Peter Pan left, he became the leader. Rufio became the leader. And, now when Peter Pan came back, that's not Rufio?
This isn't Hook. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure it's not.
Rufio? No? No. Okay.
That you don't necessarily fit into a single gender. Do you feel like neither gender or both genders or some of each?
So I still identify as being
a needy bitch.
Yeah, a fucking piece of shit who just needs endless attention, endless attention, endless attention.
She has the official Dilly Stormer haircut. All right, cool.
cis female. Do you know that term?
No.
I am okay by being called she, her, but on
You're a dude.
most days
You're a dude.
or some days, I express, through my style, through my clothing, what society would say more is boy-like.
I have a question. So if you could, have a gender, name your own gender in between boy or girl, what would that name be?
Wow, no one's ever really asked me that question. I think I would
Nobody
maybe...
cares. Nobody has ever been forced to be put in a room with you and ask you questions. It's the only scenario this will ever play out that way because nobody gives a fuck about you. Everything you're doing, from your terrible ECW Lance Storm haircut to your odd tranny ways and your terrible glasses, is a cry for attention.
Go with ma'am, sir. Because it's a combination of ma'am and sir.
Oh, I get it.
When did you...
So we all have to learn new terminology because you need the attention.
This is retardation.
You realize you were gender non-conforming.
I feel like my identity is like an ever-evolving thing. I think I really was more comfortable and accepting of who I was, not until I was in my 20s. Did you always know you were a boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've thought about what if I were a girl?
I know, it's kind of weird. It's woo.
Did you always having a curious mind?
Yeah, it's
That's
okay.
normal.
These people should not be talking or teaching your children.
Know that you were a girl?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know, I just kind of was raised a girl.
What is it like being raised as a girl?
Well, I mean, so, you play more
Normal?
dolls, but boys it'd be balls and...
My theory as to, if a parent offers the option with no bias, hey, you can play with this doll or you can play with this ball, and the boy chooses the ball, my theory is because early humans, the men, as far as I'm concerned, hunted, and so sort of genetically men preferred things that moved around. I know that's completely a theory in terms of...
Yeah, guys, I know I see you guys saying stuff, and the view thing is fucked up. I'm having an issue back end here, so you can ignore that. It is. It's fucked up. Something's going on with it.
Reason why the men were the ones hunting?
Probably because they were stronger.
And I think that's where I kind of like, oh, really? Well, I'm strong. Why can't I be a hunter
I
too?
hate this creep.
Why?
It's creepy. This one's creepy, right?
Oh no, yeah, dude. But I don't really get mad at even at the thing in the middle. I get mad at parents who do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this just gives me the willies.
That's what I get mad at.
Well, yeah, but like in terms of like muscle mass, men have like, and I mean, they probably weren't thinking about that.
But so again, this kid is having normal, rational thoughts, and she's trying to destroy him.
Yes.
I think even back then, humans held gender stereotypes to what men and women should be doing.
Do you think now there are more people who are gender non-binary?
I think now people are feeling more comfortable and safe to say that they are gender non-conforming or non-binary. But I also truly believe that even since way back when, you know, when our ancestors were alive, that there were also gender non-conforming.
It's things you have to tell yourself.
So you're allowed to sit here and rationalize and make up history as you go along in front of children.
And
I'm also getting really annoyed at this horrible Legend of Zelda music, rip-off music on a loop. You know, I feel like I'm in a puzzle. I can't stop. I keep feeling I'm waiting to hear the yip, hup,
You're
like
right.
the jumps.
Listen! Forming non-binary people. Do you all think gender is a big deal?
No. Well, it's not a big deal, meaning like if someone was identified as neither boy nor girl, it's not a big deal to me.
By the way, doing something that's tantamount to child abuse with whimsical music still doesn't make it okay.
If they were in between, but like gender is a big part of who you are, right? And I guess it is a gender sort of if you're gender non-conforming. I know that sounds kind of like, yeah, you know? So like, yeah.
That's real, yeah.
Cool, great. So you just broke these children for no fucking reason. People are fucking terrible. Yeah, by the way, guys, for those complaining about the YouTube, it's the back. Something's wrong with the back end.
What's going on?
I could see that there's a lot more people watching, but the count isn't completely wrong. You know what I mean?
Oh, is that? I was wondering. I was like, dude, we have.
I know.
I'm looking at it. I've been watching it for like 20 minutes, and I'm
That-
going, like, I'm okay. We're gonna fluctuate.
Of course,
it's gonna
of
be
course.
ups and downs. But I'm
Yeah.
looking. I'm going. There's no way 22 people are watching us.
No.
Like I'm looking, and I'm like,
it was even down to 0 at one point on my end because there's something. Even when I started the stream, there's something completely wrong. In this chat, it's very weird. Because I started watching, go down to, I'm like, what's going on? Something's going on with the number thing.
very funny. Like, but I just was looking, and I go, there's certain things, right? Like you could throw a show on, like Nick DiPaolo is a good example.
Right.
I wouldn't say Nick DiPaolo is like, Howard Stern or Opie and Anthony big. But if I took Nick DiPaolo and I threw him on the radio at some weird hour, right? Instead of like Dave Ramsey or who's the guy from Coast to Coast? So he does the financial advice. He's been on forever. Like that guy. You could throw like a guy like Nick DiPaolo on a random time slot and just know that the numbers are wrong. If you go, oh yeah, well, Nick DiPaolo, we put him on from 8 to 9 and he's only got 23 people watching. You'd go, no, clearly that's wrong. That's not like, I'm not saying it's going to be Howard Stern numbers.
No.
There's more than 20 people.
I'm
tuned
reading
in.
it. So there's everybody. The chat's giving me different numbers, right? Check this out. Somebody says 36. Somebody says 358. Somebody says 360. Somebody says 20. Somebody says 3.
Jim Edwards said 444.
Some said 165. So yeah, there's something fucked up.
This is really funny.
Narco. Yes, here's the thing. Narco in the chat says it says 343 on my end. So yeah, look, I think some people are getting different numbers. Don't worry about it. But you know what, guys? You know what? Now that we know, everybody say hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Hi. 16, Mike. We got 16 now. Yes. You think we can get down to 0 before the show's over? That would be dope. To have 0 and have everybody talking would be dope.
Yeah, that's simple. It's
363 here. Everybody has different numbers. This is fucking great.
Let's hit absolute 0. Let's bring Steve Pinder on. Have him karate fight some kids on here. We'll be down to 0 in no time.
YouTube will be calling us going, this is the only channel that's ever had negative numbers. People are killing themselves while watching
we're
it.
Having a problem with your numbers? You've negative people?
10 people, guys. 10. Now we're at 10.
9, 8, 7. Come on, let's
6,
do this.
5.
Happy New Year.
Oh, no. Nia Jax is coming out. Damn it.
God damn it.
Oh, fuck. This is funny. Here, look.
Everybody just doesn't want to watch us anymore.
Yeah, we
It's cool.
suck. You're right. We're terrible.
Oh, my God. I hope this happens all day.
This, I guarantee you, can't just be happening to us.
I want to see fucking other shows like Nick DiPaolo just panicking later.
John
said, fuck, I got fucking 5 people watching me right now.
All right,
It's
cool.
ridiculous.
Okay, guys, do me a favor in the chat. This is going to be fun. Tell me right now how many it says are watching. I have 11.
I have 15.
Okay. You have 15. I have 11.
What are they doing?
We are all bots. And by the way, we had to put the chat in slow mode because how many people are in here. 12, 13, 10,
Yeah, that's true. We have
13,
it on
14,
slow mode.
13.
It's still
19,
exploding.
19, 19, 15, 14, 19. Whoa, look at the chat. Jesus Christ. 19, 9.
This is on slow mode. This is more than 10 people. This is more than 15 people.
This is great, though, because when they count the numbers, guess what? We're going to get fucked with our money on top of everything. So we go, you guys didn't have that many people watching today.
Yeah, sorry. We made a mistake, and we won't be paying you because of our mistake. Have a nice day, gentlemen.
Gluck, it's not 1488. Stop it.
Red Rose says 353.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's around where we're normally at around this
353
time.
sounds like the right number here.
Yeah. See, hold on. Andrew goes, it's actually 6 million. We have 6 million. Why did Revenge of the Sith put smokestacks up? I don't get it.
After the war, no less. Very weird. Why do they have wooden doors on these sealed chambers?
Well, look, if there's only 15 people, then we might as well just do regular podcast.
I mean, if there's only...
Hi, guys. A lot of people have been asking me, so...
No, there's now 7 people watching. I tell you
Yes!
what. Tell you what. Let's knock over.
No. I'm loving this. This is great.
Do some heroin and cocaine.
Oh shit! I do need to update my January goal bar. Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll fix that today. I know the Ustream thing. I had to fix all that. But at this point, we have a little bit left. Let's just talk to the fans. I mean, we don't do that. I'm not phone. I'm not turning the phone. Then it's a whole thing. 4 people are watching right now.
This is good for YouTube.
This is really good.
This is good for them, right?
But wait a second. Do you think it's just happening to us?
I doubt it.
Let's see how many Joe Rogan has.
Honestly, only retards think that way. I get really annoyed when people are like, it's only my account. No, it's not.
No. I don't mean only
I'm not
us.
saying you're saying
I'm
that.
not saying only us. What I'm saying is, I know for a fact that bigger No, listen. Yes, Joe Rogan's live and he only has 1,000 people watching. That's not right.
That's hilarious.
He had 20,000 earlier.
He gets easily. He gets 20, 25,000 for a good one. He gets 10,000 for a shitty one.
Okay, 6 people now. We're at 6, guys. We could do this.
Let's beat
Rogan. We could do this.
Let's beat Rogan.
We could beat Rogan. Come on. Today will be the only day we beat Rogan.
Wow, they're all fucked up.
I just said 1,800. Yeah, Rogan's views are going down now, too. Joe lost all his fans. No, they didn't. No, at the beginning of the show, Rogan had 25,000 from what I saw.
What are they doing?
Well, right now, Joe Rogan's blowing 5. Everyone's put 10, 4. This is great, guys. We're going to make it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Joe Rogan went from 2,800 to 1,800 in a second. Hey, YouTube. What's going on, guys? I wonder if you're retroactively going to get people compensated for the live views. That's what I wonder.
I want to get paid, bitch.
And I don't, it's not even so much about the money, but it's about
It's all about
the money. You're right.
It's the only reason I do this. I don't like these people.
No, me neither.
I mean, we could bash the fans. There's only 11 of them watching.
Guys, listen. There's only 80 of you here.
They're such
check
pieces
this
of
out.
shit.
There's only 80 of you here, so check this out. Everybody else, we hate them.
Scumbags.
They're all pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're all scumbags.
You 10 are cool. But
oh, by the way, we got a $10 super chat, and it's directed towards you.
Is it not nice?
What is that noise?
Weaselax Sunday morning. Someone died here.
What the fuck is that? Was weird.
It's you.
I know.
I'm not hooked up to anything.
It says, I know, it was just weird. It was one of those things that, news videos now, they're getting smart. So if you don't play it for a long time,
they autoplay a video.
that way they get This is for you. It's a super chat from one of our 8 fans, Alex Photon Man. Hey boys, can I get an Owen Benjamin? You're banned.
Ah, yeah. Alex Photo Man, you're banned for life. Get out of here. You're gone. You don't come in here and tell me what to do. We don't need your money.
Yeah. All right, Alex Badman. I don't care if my family lives in a box.
Yeah, you like that, Alex Photo Man? More like Alex Faggot Man.
Oh!
He's out of here.
Get him out. Probably a Jew.
Probably a short Jew, you guys.
You're banned. Everyone's banned. More like Bad Bear. Am I right? Thank you, Wyatt, up for the super chat. We have more super chats than YouTube says people are watching.
Good job, YouTube. Now, YouTube, if you would just leave things the fuck alone.
Oh, fuck. This is great. Okay, dude, we're at 5 now. You think we'll get to 0? I would love to get to 0 at this point. 5. Wyatt, thank you for the donation, Wyatt Earp. I appreciate it.
I want to fucking end this stream and go find out what's happening.
Check this out.
Take a look at these analytics, y'all.
We're on slow mode. We have 5 people watching, but 120 messages a minute.
Yeah. Well, these people are very chatty. These 5 people are very chatty.
Oh, fuck.
Good. Analytics is all fucked up now? Yeah, good. Good for you guys. You're doing great.
Thanks, YouTube. Appreciate it.
You provide such a great product, and we really owe you.
I think we got to wrap up.
Come on, YouTube. If you're not going to take this seriously, why should I? Let's not go early.
Guys, thank you, all 5 of you, for listening. We appreciate it.
Shout out to Bob Levy.
Well, first off, if that really was Artie, we would hear somebody going, "This is being recorded by the Newark State Penitentiary."
You've received a collect call from a correctional facility. It's...
Yeah, I'll accept.
Will you accept?
Yeah, I'll accept. Guys, thanks for listening. Nightwave tonight. Maybe you get up to 7 people tonight. That would be dope.
We're going to try to get to 11 listeners tonight.
That would be dope.
Nightwave. I'll post a link in the chat. We'll post a link to Daywave. And if you fuckers don't want to fucking subscribe, then there will be hell to pay.
There will be. We will take you each down individually.
I will destroy you so badly.
Individually.
Your family will feel it.
Yes. So subscribe to Nightwave. Subscribe to Daywave, my morning show. We have a lot of fun. I have been destroying tarot card readers in the morning and making them rage quit. It's been a lot of fun. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to try to reach our goal of 10 listeners if we can. If we could get there. Thank you, everybody, for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. Have a good day. Revenge of the Sis.